Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, 4 crazy rescue dogs, rescue cat, and 2 rescue guinea pigs who likes to craft in her spare time. Has gone back to school to learn ASL and is trying to train for Ironman. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message. It boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I could use that. And if you're returning, you already know the crazy you're in for, so grab a drink, sit on back, and let's have at it. Um, so Funny story, I did not realize that I pushed the stop button. I thought I pushed the pause to continue last week, so that I did not realize until after I was uploaded and everybody was messaging me going, "Are you okay?" That it had cut off the ending. And as we all know, Kelly is not tech savvy enough to know how to record, like to fix the recording and add to it and splice it and add the pictures and all the things. So I am okay. I'm okay. I'm exhausted. But I am okay. Houdini is home. This is a huge relief for everybody in my house. I tell you, if I didn't love that cat, um, yeah. Mm. That's a Starbucks mug. They have the tumblers too. I have all three. This is the sign for connection or unity. Um, so it's interlocking fingers. Similar to friend, if you think about it, because this is friend. So similar. So connection, unity. So very cool. I was able to procure those to add to my collection of very cool mugs. It is the artwork is done by a deaf artist. So go Starbucks. Starbucks actually has a couple of stores where they actually sign. All the baristas sign. Nobody speaks English. I love that. One is in DC near Gallaudet, which makes sense because Gallaudet is deaf. So very cool. So we're having morning coffee. It's actually leftovers from yesterday that I just reheated. Huh. Because yeah. Um. So this last week was busy, busy. Lots of goodness. I am at this point. I've got it. I really and truly, I need to sit down and figure out where I am on my internship hours because I'm getting ready to go to court and I'm going to spend some time with Nick today. Nick and Jasmine and I are teaming up in a different courtroom. Um, I have several judges who are dying for me to get certified. They want my resume now. And I'm like, I'm not certified, can't do it. Not certified, can't do it. And they're like, the second you are, please tell us. So that's amazing. Um, so yeah, so I have sent in, like I said, we're waiting for the TEP to come back. We're waiting for, yeah, all of that. So it's all goodness. Let's see. Elmo is back. Elmo is doing well. My mom came back late last night. Y'all, my mom has COVID. I want to wring her neck. So yeah. So we're just kind of so yeah. So and then today the boys' child's schedule got switched around and everything. Usually, so I'm going in the morning to Oakland County. One, I have a case that I have to put the proofs on the record. Not a big deal. So that'll be fun because Nick and Jasmine will get to interpret me, um, which is kind of weird. Um, but it worked out because the boy child this today his shift is 1 to 9. Thankfully tomorrow he is off. Um, so um, I I think y'all, I don't know how many hours I actually have to do next semester. And I'm okay with that. I mean, I will keep working and practicing and gaining skills so that, the goal is to pass the BEI level 1 right away. Um, Now that won't enable me to interpret in court, but it will at least get me certified the first level so that I can build my skills to do more. So yeah, Houdini, like I said, Houdini is back. My mom is back. Um, which means Bean is home. So her and Houdini have been cuddling. So what's funny is we had the trap out, and I have caught 3 neighborhood cats, not Houdini. At one point, we trapped Houdini, but he figured out how to get the other door open and squeeze out. So, ironically enough, Houdini came back up through the vent, and it just so happened we were able to then close the vent and secure him. So that vent is now covered. It's all secure. What I did is I grabbed the one from the kitchen here and put it over there, which means I have to go get one for the kitchen. So yeah. And in the meantime, I got to remember not to fall through the hole. It's all good. It's all good. Um, so one of the other, there's 2 other things I need to share with you. So one is that at Sally's, not at Sally's, it's Sally Hansen did them. At Ulta, they have a Sesame Street line of makeup right now. And I got some nail polish. And if you know me, you know I don't generally polish my nails, but I waited to show you. So this is clearly quick. Like, who cares? It's clear. Overcoat, whatever. This is called Perfect Blend Ship. Is Berlin Ernie. And it's all the glitters. And that is actually what is on my nails now, if you can see it. I just did one coat. How fun is that? Don't mind my cuticles. Whatever. But the whole thing started because I have Elmo red nail polish to go with my Jeep. It's the little things. So while that is very exciting, one of the other really cool things that happened last week is that my friend Jane, her and I have been talking on Instagram and even on Facebook for forever. She's a longtime viewer. Hi, Jane. Jane was in town, and I got to go have lunch with Jane, and I was very excited because she's very sweet. So, that was very cool, and my only regret is that I did not have more time that I could meet with her. So, maybe I'll have to drive to Iowa. I've never been to Iowa. Then I could cross it off Iowa off my list of states that I still need to visit. We shall see. Isn't there corn in Iowa? I'd have to do some research. But the other thing is that one of the things that I did, if you all could keep my one mentor, Joyce, in your prayers. Joyce got the results back. She had a lung biopsy done, and it is cancer. Now, that said, they think they have caught it in time, and that, ironically, the way they caught it was she was in a car accident. So if you all could say prayers for Joyce, because yeah, needless to say. But I did actually take my sewing machine with me to go and craft with Joyce the other day. And y'all, I sewed. Did I sew a lot? No, I did not. Did I sew some and get some projects off my table? I did. I did. And wait till you see. I'm so excited. First of all, I sewed Bruno yet another receiving blanket, but this one has pickles. It has pickles. And I love me some pickles. So, I was hoping to have gotten over to see and snuggle with Bruno this past week. I knew that was probably not going to happen, but you know, I can always hope. Um, it is going to happen this week because I need to get my baby snuggles in. But the other thing that I did, and there is 5 of them total. A while ago, Riley Blake did a Jeep line, and I have some of the fabric that I actually turned into a dress, and then during COVID, I used it to make the scraps to make masks. I don't know that I have any more left, sadly. But one of the things that she did, and as always, Kelly is notorious for not trimming her threads, whatever, um, is that she did pillowcases that you could color and then just, it's a couple seams. It really, it works out to be like 2 seams because you, um, and I hadn't done them because I was debating, do I color them? What happens with the fabric? Do I use fabric markers? But sometimes the color on fabric markers is kind of junky. At least it used to be. I don't know if there's better fabric markers out there now. There probably is, but I didn't know. Then I was like, well, I could use Sharpie, but sometimes Sharpie bleeds. And I was like, so it's going back and forth, and I was like, what do I do? So I hadn't done anything. And as you know, it came up on my 52 card whip pickup the other day, or the other week, and I didn't get them done. And so I put them back in the pile. And now when they come up, they're done. I decided not to color them at this point. Now I may in the future decide to color them, but for now, how cute are they? Um, so I now have 5 new pillowcases and an empty bin, which makes me very excited. So, um, so yeah. So I'm counting that as a win. I'm counting that as a finish. That is probably, those are probably the only finished projects that I got done. Actually, they are the only I track on my Word doc. Don't judge. I don't understand. I'm not really good with spreadsheets. Like, I know Michelle Bendy has her like wonderful spreadsheet and she does all this stuff. I can't do that. I don't know how. And it stresses me out. I could probably figure it out, but honestly, it stresses me out, and so I don't. There you go. Plain and simple. Um, the other thing is I have to be really mindful of my time because, again, we have to go to court. And last time Jasmine looked nicer than me. She looked more like a lawyer than I did, so, and because I have to actually go on the record, I have to actually look like a lawyer. So that'll be fun. So those are my only finishes. Do I have any haul? I don't. I did order a couple things, but they are not in. I ordered the platinum fabric for the little fox because I really wanted to do him. So I ordered that, and then what did I ordered the Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus patterns for the stockings because they were on sale. And I could order them all from the same place. And I ordered a snag nabbit because I don't have one. And I feel like I need one. And especially, yeah. So, and then somehow this last week, I must have removed the needle because I took buffet mat with me last night to stitch in the car while I was waiting for my mom. And I got there and realized I didn't have a needle in my project, which is very weird. So I probably came home and I put a needle in it because I don't want that happening again. I did work on buffet mat. Are we close to a finish? Not even. Not even. Are we over 1%? We are. Did I pull out stitches with my fingers in the dark last night? I did pull out some of them. If you recall, I still have to frog all of that. It makes me sad. So, I still owe for July. Buffet mat still needs... Hold, please. I have dogs running amok. Buffalo mat still needs 4 more days to finish up July, or 4 more stitching times to finish up July. Um, so it will likely travel with me today. Sometimes it's harder to take a Haid with you, even though my flosses are pretty much all organized, as you guys know, um, because it's bulkier than whatnot. But we're making the progress. So it's got 4 more times to get called, or 4 more stitching sessions now, and then it will get called at least twice more this year. I'm also, okay, for some reason this is really helping me. I like list, and I like paper list. And so I've been doing stuff on about the house and getting things together. So I am working on Courage by Praiseworthy Stitches. This is the cell started by Pam from Just Keep Stitching. I am not doing pink, as you guys know. I am doing the colors for intracranial hypertension, as well as for PCOS and for sexual assault survivors. I have started in on page 2. This is this little doohickey right here. It looks almost like a little lily of the valley, the little sweet lily, the little teeny tiny flowers. That's what it reminds me of. There are 2 of them on here. I am going to do the flowers on this one in pastel pink. I am going to do the flowers on this one in pastel blue. Pastel blue and pink together, or I may just, I'm going to, my lily, the little flowers will be pink and blue. That represents miscarriage. So again, I am really personalizing this to me. And so, good morning, Bean. I am going to, and that is meaningful to me, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out. There'll be a little bit more colors. It's weird because I wasn't anticipating having a lot of colors in my thing, and all of a sudden but again, it's meaningful to me. So, and it's funny, Jane and I were talking about, she's also going to be stitching it, and how she is personalizing hers. And I love that. I love that we're all personalizing. So that's where we're at. So I finished the motif up here. I started this one. And then I started the little lily of the valley. Because I'm at a point on this where other than, I say that and I'm probably wrong. There's like that funky flower star thing. The 4-petal thing. Other than that, I don't really have a full motif left on page 1. So anything I do at this point is going to be sort of bleeding over. So I worked on that. And then on Sundays, my Sunday ended up way busier. I took the boy child had to work. I picked up Bella to come and sit with Houdini for a while after we trapped him. Oh, I don't know that we trapped him. After he decided that he was willing to live in the house again. We all know how cats are. They have their own agenda. I wanted to make sure that he'll let Bean touch him wherever and cuddle with him. And, I knew that anybody else, he was going to be kind of like not so thrilled about. So I grabbed her. Then we took Oreo didn't need his nails trimmed, so we took the other 3 dogs down to get their nails trimmed, and then they got chicken nuggets and French fries. And then I had to go get. I had a little bit more, little time, little break, and then I took Bean back to my mom's house to watch Shadow and feed Shadow, and then I went and got the boy child, and then we came home. And I had a home cooked nice meal, which just was like heaven. And then I had to go get my mom. And by the time I got set up, my mom's plane was late. And by the time I got home and got settled and fell asleep, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And so, yeah. So, I worked. Sunday is the Sing a Song sampler. I am selling this with Tina. I love this piece. I'm almost to the last square. I have to put in the bread in the little tablecloth. I'm so excited. I love this piece. I can't wait till it is done. Cannot wait. So that will be done in time for Christmas for my son. So at least he'll get one present under the tree. Okay. So this was a call for August, although I work on this regardless because again, I would love to have this done for Christmas. I was on track, but I don't know. I don't know that it's gonna get it will get done when it gets done. I'm still hoping a miracle will happen and it will get finished for Christmas. This is Rosie. This is a gift for a friend of mine. After August, it's done on my whip go board. But can we just love Rosie? I love this piece. I worked some more through here, but I really I was focusing in a lot here. So what happens is sometimes I don't mind the confetti, and that's when I plug through a bunch of confetti. And sometimes I just need a solid block of color, and when I need more chunks of color, I come in and do red. Or I could keep going with the black. So needless to say, Miss Rosie gonna get a lot more work. And this is I love my ducks. The other thing that I worked on, and then I thought I was missing a thread. I was like, how did I miss a thread color, a whole color? How did I do that? Because I double checked my list. No, turns out I dropped it and Maisie was sitting on it. Yep. So I actually been doing. I did quite a bit on it. I was off in her hair somewhere, and I don't know. So I fixed it in Pattern Keeper, so everything is marked correctly on Pattern Keeper. Did I frog anything? No, because it's her hair and it's 50 darn shades of different colors. So it's gonna work out. But hello, you can start to see how fun is that? So K is still it was called in July. She still needs 6 more stitching sessions, and then it will also get called one more time this year. But my goal is to have that done sooner than later as well. So the only other piece okay, and then I have my knitting, obviously. Well, not obviously, but I do. So I did go through and use my time to figure out whether or not this piece would fit. And I said to God, if it does not fit, I am not redoing it anytime soon. So if it doesn't fit, it's gone. And God must have said, well, you need to work on this because, y'all, it fits. It fits with like a 4-inch margin on the bottom. I do love it. I'm trying to figure out, so it's the Galliana Samplers bookcase. And I don't want it a total monochromatic piece. And at one point I was like, well, I could assign the different genres that I like to. Oh, so this is, it was done. It's not on my WhipGo. It was called on 52 card whip pickup, and I'm there. I don't read all genres. And so I don't know that I can do it that way, but I would like to somehow fit it to the books I'm reading. So I've got to figure that out. I have been, however, knitting and knitting and knitting some more. And then I knit some more. I was told that my pieces on the inside, especially for never doing this before, look really good, and I appreciated that because I wasn't sure. I have not put it on a lifeline or separate yet to try it on, but I am slowly working through my Stegomosauruses. I am now on chart 3. Ori, why do I bother to yell at this dog? He's got my trash can. He likes to chew plastic, and he has misplaced his bone. Hold please while I go rescue my trash can. So much of my trash can, all of my trash cans in the house have chew marks on the edges. I don't know where he's hidden his bone. I don't know. That was hoping. Hang on. Okay. So I am partially way through chart 3. I'm hoping that, so I am stitching this part here. I'm hoping that once it goes into just single color in the round, that it will go lots faster. The fun part is, that's what I used last year's StitchCon bag to carry my knitting in. Okay, so that said, this week we're gonna work on homework. We're gonna work on some case stuff. Work. I do need to go through and figure out all of my hours total, where I'm at. I'm not sure the best way of doing that. I'm also hoping that the neighbor, there's 2 neighbors in our community who said that they would come over and teach me how to do the slub flooring, so I'm hoping one of them can come over on Saturday, which means I have to have some wood delivered because it's too big to fit into Elmo. So I'm hoping to do that on Saturday because everybody is off on Saturday. I know, it's crazy. We're gonna have to do something fun too, but I'm excited. So yeah, as far as stitching goes, so I did print my WhipGo board because I have things on multiple months. Sometimes I miscolor the wrong month, and it was bothering me and throwing me off. So I reprinted it, all pretty. I do this every year. Don't worry, it's not a new thing. So I still have to do. Well, I did finish my 1 June. I'm still working on July's. But I have started August because August is Rosie and the periodic table. So the periodic table I still owe 6 stitching sessions from July, and I'll owe it 10 from August. So I need to work on it almost every day in August, like over half the month in August. And then it was, yeah. Oh, Buffet Mat still got 2 more times to get caught this year, so yay. I did decide that I'm not going to count days that I frog as stitching times. I could, but I'm not going to. So what I try to do is frog some, stitch some, frog some, stitch some. So we're just going to keep plugging away on that. We're going to keep plugging away on the sweater. I have one assessment and one assignment due in my one class, and then some in-class things that she'll do. And so, yeah, so there we go. Hopefully we'll see the periodic table next week. Oh, my 50. Oh, where did it go? You know, some days. Oh, please. Just behind my computer, man. Okay, so my 52 card whip pickup last week was reindeer. It was UFO'd. That's why I continue to work on my bookcase to solve that. So this week it is the 3 of Hearts. And for me, that means it's the Modern Folk Embroidery Sale from 2020. The fruits of plenty. So hopefully I'll get a day or 2 on that as well. So yeah, so with that said, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go take care of court and my clients and all of the fun things, and then the driving and the driving and the more driving. Yeah. So remember, you are smart. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You matter. You are loved. With that, love you guys, and feel free to always reach out to me at His Princess Kelly on Instagram or any other social media where you can find me, and we'll go from there. Have a great week, and we'll talk later.